Hi everyone, my name is Rubina A Khan and welcome to the 14th edition of RUBINA'S RADAR. Today I'm in conversation with a man who's a khaandani connoisseur for all things food, film, fashion and finance. An actor and a home cook par excellence, Armaan Jain. Son of an investment banker and the late cinematic legend Raj Kapoor, Armaan's genetics at play here, and he knows that. But the dominant bequest in his lineage is food, and Armaan is plating his very own legacy with his gifted hands with the Junglee Kitchen, a home style food delivery service wherein he cooks the most delicious Indian foods like truffle dal Bukhara and Junglee mutton and so much more himself. And did I mention Armaan's persona is as edible as the food he cooks? Please welcome Armaan Jain, everyone.
Hi, Rubina.
Hey,
How are you doing?
Hi,
Finally, all good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for your time. So
Looking
I
forward.
want
Thank
to
you.
talk about your fabulous hands today more than your face because an actor is so used to their faces and bodies being talked about. But we're going to talk about your hands, which create
Looking
magic.
forward. Thank you for having me here. It was my first Insta Live, and I'm looking forward to having this candid chat with you and everyone. Thank you.
So, food is the only conversation in the pandemic that's making people happy because, for those of us who are fortunate enough to have food on our tables, all we do is discuss what we are going to eat. People like you who are cooking the food we want to eat, or we are ordering the food that you're cooking, or other people, of course. So,
Yeah.
you're not just an eater, you love to cook. And I want to ask you the first question. What drew you to cooking?
Sorry?
What drew you to cooking?
So, I mean, since I was very young, I always had this curiosity about food. The first thing I would do walking into my home, even from school, I would just walk into the kitchen. Or when I was just young, I spent a lot of time with my grandmas, to be honest. So, I would go spend the weekends with Nani and Dadi both. So it was Friday night Dadi, Saturday night Nani is home. So I would spend a lot of time with them in the kitchen, observe them, and try out a few things. Also on holidays with Dad, he taught me a lot about cooking. We would cook together, pick meats in the market together. So yeah, every Sunday for us was like going to the market. So Adran and my younger brother, we both would go to the market and like procure meat together. And actually at that point we didn't want to go with Dad because it has that smell. And we were really young. We actually went there because Dad would bribe us with two packets of Lay's chips. So that's the reason why we would go to the market and buy stuff. But at a young age, these things drew me to food and the kitchen. And slowly over the pandemic, I realized that I can cook, and that's what I've been doing, and I'm loving it.
And so are we. So are we. We love your
Thank
food.
you. I'm so happy. You've had it so many times now, and I'm so happy you're one of our most valued customers who keep ordering with us.
Don't spill the secrets yet. Don't spill the secrets. People will come to know why I'm getting fatter now.
No, not at all.
Tell me, what's the first dish you ever cooked in the kitchen? And whose kitchen was it? Your nanny's, your daddy's, or your mom's?
I don't really have like a recall or a particular moment, but like I said, these are the general moments. The seafood markets with Dad, cooking when we were in London together. Like I said, Nani and Dadi's house on the weekend. So it was Friday night Dadi, Saturday night Nani, which was like a continuous thing through our schooling days. So, I mean, I was always in the kitchen, but not physically cooking, but I was hearing and talking about a lot about food. And yeah, I mean, those are the memories I have. I don't have like a particular memory of cooking with them, but like, am I there to disconnect?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So just these vivid memories I have.
So basically, you started your home style food delivery business, the Junglee Kitchen.
That's right.
During the pandemic. How did you decide to turn your flair for cooking at home into a business, and that too in such an economically strained time? And one more question in the same question.
Sure.
Who thought of the name, the Junglee Kitchen?
So I always knew I have this passion for food. I didn't know, like, I mean, obviously, I pursued multiple career paths. I've had multiple passions. So acting was a passion, and food is a passion. Entertainment's a passion. Business is a passion. I'm a passionate person. I like doing multiple things. But I didn't know. I mean, food was always a dream. Since I was a kid, I always wanted to open my own restaurant, to do something with food. But it was always in the back of my mind. So during the pandemic, we had a lot of times with our families, at home. So I went to the kitchen. I started experimenting with a couple of dishes. I created like a recipe book of like over 80, 90 dishes in the pandemic. And I realized, okay, my grandmas fed me a lot of this North Indian stuff, which is, traditionally our recipes from almost 100 years now. It's 5 generations of food in our family, which I felt like people have, tried it. Our friends have tried it, our families have tried it, and we talk about it day in and day out. But I wanted the world to try this food that my grandmas, I mean, obviously have adapted from their previous generations and forefathers. So yeah, so that's when I came up with this whole concept. And jungly, because honestly, the way I cook is also very jungly. I'm not by the book. I'm not trained. So I'm not a trained chef. I just enter the kitchen and by default, it's just my love for food that I just kind of have like this understanding, and I am a jungly by nature. And yeah, just generally, I just like the name the Junglee Kitchen. And Junglee mutton, which is one of my main dishes,
I
is
love it.
thank you, thank you. And that's one of the things I started cooking with. I started one of my first recipes I actually cooked, so that's why I named it the Junglee Kitchen. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, it is a very I mean, food is a very sensitive subject. You have to be very correct with your price points, with the quality of meats that are procured. Also, in these COVID times, the kind of protocols that need to be taken are vast. So it is a very sensitive time. It's hard, but doing it also from home, you have that you have a better tab on everything. Also, the way I look at things is that for me, this is not just serving food to people, but serving a dream to people. And yeah, I mean, this is what we've eaten and loved and eaten all our lives. With like my grandmas have physically fed me this khana, so it's like my love to the world. I really want to feed all of them. I can't physically do it, but this is the starting point to feeding the world.
So but you also work with your father, who's an investment banker. So,
Correct.
so did the history of your working in finance come in handy when you started this business vertical of the food delivery?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. See, everything I've done in the past comes in handy. For my assisting days. When I left college, I was assisting at Dharma Productions. Then I did acting. Then I worked with Dad in the finance world. So I've done multiple things. So everything I've done has taught me so much. Taught me so much. I mean, I can't point out particular areas where I've learned, but I've learned so much, and I have no regret. I've loved doing everything I've done so far. So am I right now currently with the food business, and yeah, I have multiple dreams, and but I'm taking it step by step. I just want to go slowly. I want people to enjoy my food. I rather serve 10 people than 1,000 people, but good quality food, and I just want people to smile and be happy, and that's all.
That's a wonderful way to look at it. So you already said that you've not trained as a chef or a cook.
Correct.
And the reason I use the word cook is because home cooks are called cooks. So, and chefs, of course, when you're trained. So, Rachel Ray and Nigella Lawson, I'm sure you know them. They're the world's most famous women chefs, cooks. But they tell everyone that we are cooks, we're not chefs. They're very proud about the fact that they are not professionally trained. So, would you like to call yourself a cook or a chef? Because you are a cook.
जो बोलना है बोलो, मैं खाना पकाता हूँ यार.
तुम बहुत अच्छे cook हो. Chef चाहिए.
Call me what you want to call me. I feed
खाना
people.
बनाएंगे तो बहुत ही अच्छा है.
हाँ, बस यार, मैं खाना बनाता हूँ, पकाता हूँ, लोगों को खिलाता हूँ, बस प्यार से, बस that's what I don't. I mean, you can call me technically what you want to call me, but like I said, like I told you, my name, my kitchen's name is only Junglee Kitchen. By these sophisticated words, I'm going to change my quality of food or the product I'm selling. So, jo bolana bola.
You don't need that sophistication. The food taste is fabulous. And that's all everyone cares about, right? Hygiene and taste.
Absolutely.
So, does your cooking lean more towards Pashtun cuisine? Because, your great-grandfather, Raj Kapoor, and your grandfather, Raj Kapoor, they came from Peshawar to India. So, or rather, Peshawar, India. Yeah. So, do you lean more towards Northwest Frontier Province food, or you're okay with all kinds?
So I'll tell you what. I mean, like I said, this started from my grandma's forefathers. When I mean their forefathers, I mean their grandparents. Like my buddy Nana ji was obviously born in Peshawar. So yeah, it has an influence from there, but it's mixed. I mean, like I said, what I've done is it's obviously traveled down from there to my nanny's home, improvised slightly with her touch, and now obviously everyone's tastes are changing. So I've added a little bit of a modern twist, but also it has that authenticity of that North Indianness. So yeah, it has that touch. but also it's been improvised. I mean, with these 5 generations.
Obviously, everyone's hands, the flavor are different. The flavors are different.
And but we've tried to keep it as is.
So, what were your favorite foods? Foods. Oh my God, fruits. I'm saying fruits and foods. What were your favorite foods growing up? From your, grandparents' time on the dining table. What is the first thing you reached out for?
So see, these are very hard questions because I don't know. These are very hard questions to answer. Favorite foods, but see, I tell you what. When I was much younger, for me, it's that general inclination towards junk food. So your burgers and fries and pizzas and stuff. But I'll put this whole concept straight for you. The way I look at food is good tasting food. So for me, good tasting food is not necessarily at the most expensive restaurant. It could be the least expensive restaurant. And I go and eat food on my own. I'm a big foodie. I sometimes don't take people because they get annoyed I don't talk on the table. So I go to every nook and corner. My dad's that way. We both go together at dhabas, and if we go to a new city, we're eating in different unknown places. And that's where you really get to, taste good quality food. So I mean, see, I'm being very diplomatic here because I can't choose that one particular dish.
No, I don't think it's diplomacy. I just think you love a lot of food.
I love a lot of food, so it's very
hard to pick one.
It's very hard to pick one. Very hard to pick one. But I love my Indian khana. I like my simple khana. Honestly, I'm a simple person. I like my dal chawal ghee. Nani used to feed me dal chawal ghee with her hand. So I'm that kind of a person who likes my simple khana and my Indian khana. And I like local food. I like local food. Touchwood, God's blessed me with a very strong digestive system, so I can handle like the monsoons and all your roadside khana. I love it.
So did you speak so fondly of your Nana and Nani? Did you ever cook for them? Did you ever have the chance to cook for them?
So I didn't have the opportunity to see my Nana, although he's left beautiful memories through his films that, we've grown up watching him and learnt about him through his movies. I've heard so much, and his fondness for food, and obviously the whole family's fondness for food is tremendous and large. So, yeah, sorry, I mean, I missed your question. I just went into a little bit of a...
No, did you ever... I figure that you must have been very young.
Eating with them.
Did you ever cook for your Nana and Nani ever?
Nani, I did not cook for. After she passed away, I took on cooking a little more seriously now, obviously, through this pandemic. I fed my other family members, though, and they really enjoy the food. But no, whenever I cook, I think of them. And I'm sure they're blessing me wherever they are. And
she lives through food, the cooking.
Sorry?
She lives in your home through your cooking,
Absolutely, because it's a lot of influence come from there, from both Nana and Nani, and the kinds of foods they've loved and enjoyed, the kind of food that Nana and Nani have, I mean, Nani's fed me all her life. I have this ghee obsession because of her, growing up. So, I think of them
and
all.
This is like a home churned ghee, not from a shop,
Sorry?
Like this is the home churned ghee which used to be made at home,
Yeah, absolutely.
The taste is so different.
It is. It's something else. I remember Nani would send us every week ghee from her house, and it was just something so special. It was like the best present that any grandchild could, accept.
Did you ever eat the chura with shakkar?
Did I what?
When ghee is strained, it leaves a residue of brown. It's like a chura. It's called a chura. So you mix it with sugar and you eat it.
I've never had. See, I don't have a sweet tooth. I've never had a sweet tooth, so I've never really tried it. I've never really tried it, to be honest.
Well, that explains why you are lean and I'm not.
Not at all. You're very lean. It's just the way you look at it. And my weight fluctuates. It depends on the time of the year. Sometimes I've put on weight, sometimes I lost weight, but it's okay as long as you're keeping fit. It's good.
Yeah, and your mind is strong.
Absolutely.
So, which dish is the biggest winner in your family? Like, what are you repeatedly asked to make for your family members?
My family have this crazy obsession with Chinese also, to be honest. So they love their Chinese food. They're always ordering Chinese khana. I've also tried to make a couple of Chinese dishes, which I do decently well now. But yeah, with me, I mean, I think our family, our party food is your typical paya, yakni pulao, junglee mutton, ran, keema, and the seafood, fish curry, prawn curry, tel wala jhinga. We have all that kind of food at home. So constantly these requests do come in to make. I make butter chicken for them. Actually, you sweetly introduced me earlier by saying I did this truffle dal Bukhara. It's a new It's a new dish for them in the family now, so they keep
That's
requesting.
my next question. So please tell us why and how did you come up with it? How did you innovate something like dal Bukhara with truffle mushrooms?
So I love my dal makhani, dal Bukhara, and I've traveled places for dal Bukhara. But the thing is, like I said, in lockdown I was sitting at home, and at home we make this Punjabi dal, which is also made from urad dal, black urad dal, and rajma. We smoke the dal, okay, and it has a little different feel to your typical dal Bukhara and dal makhani. I was just playing around with the dals and flavors, so I was trying to figure out how we can smoke it with a different flavor. So then I tried multiple recipes. I have this love for truffle as well. But I mean, sadly, wherever you go, every truffle menu is so hyped. Everything is so inaffordable. I thought, once I got this recipe right with the truffle, and it has this unique taste to it, which actually complements Indian. It's not completely out of the book or takes you off, catches you off guard, where you feel you're eating a different cuisine or a different kind of dal. I felt, let me make this dish affordable to the common man, where people can afford. Just because truffle thok diya usme, matlab, don't overprice it. It should be.
Yeah.
So apologies for my language, but like make it affordable to
I was watching your mom, so.
Oh, that's really sweet. Hi, mom. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm really confused what I'm watching here and what's happening. But hi, guys, thank you so much for joining in again. And hi, mom.
So you were explaining. So do you use truffle oil or you use truffle?
So I mean, now do I have? I mean, I don't like getting into the specifics of my recipes.
So we don't want to release your recipe.
But I do a mix. I do a side mix.
But where do you procure all these, special ingredients? Do you have suppliers in Bombay, or do you
absolutely
really source them out from all kinds of places?
I am very, very particular when it comes to this. It's not only because of COVID times. It's also just generally I've been to a lot of places wherever I eat. I mean, I'm talking about places that overprice food, and I'm used to eating hard meat there, uncooked meat that is not procured from the best places. Even your paneers, people really trying to save money on the kind of ingredients and overpricing food. So that is something that really irritated me growing up. For me, it's all about making people happy. Everyone needs to get their value for money, and that's why I'm so particular about the whole ingredient factor. So I procure the best meats, I procure the best paneer. Whatever we've eaten growing up is exactly what I'm serving to the world, and that's the way I look at it. The experience that I have, our families have, is exactly the experience everyone else should have, and yeah.
But honestly, the meat cuts, and the choices of the bones, and I mean, really, I was remarkable. It's remarkable.
No, thank you. And even the stuff like ghee and stuff, I mean, we don't go down on quality, whether it's ghee or your other ingredients. We try to procure all the top ingredients at we aren't trying to cut any corners and go into this. I mean, we're just trying to really give them the same experience we've had growing up, and that's being honest to what the Junglee Kitchen is.
I think you're on a new business model. I think this is the way food will be in the future.
I hope so.
I really think going back to the authenticity and freshness of ingredients is what is going to let people and make people order more and sort of experiment with all kinds of foods. But the same old is not going to work anymore. Like the 4-day-old. I don't even know the names of the dishes. When you order them, how it comes, and what's back.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you're creating your own recipes from your authentic original recipes. So is it an instinctive reaction to the food, or do you sort of analyze it to add a couple of flavors here and there?
When you make recipes in the pop-up?
Yeah. Even when you cook, even for the pop-up, and even when you, so everybody who doesn't know, Armaan pops up twice a week on a Wednesday and a Saturday. And that's when the cooking beast in him is sweating all the meats, and all of us get so happy with this food. And tomorrow is a pop-up. And why don't you talk about tomorrow's menu?
Oh yeah, so tomorrow we're doing mutton galati kebabs, we're doing a mutton curry, Punjabi dahi curry, we're doing butter chicken, paneer makhani, and some parathas. So yeah, sadly we shut at 7 p.m. But please do order and eat with us and enjoy.
How do you cook so much in such quantities in a day?
Oh no, it's fun. I mean, there's something. there's something about quantity cooking. Whenever I make something for like 2 people or 3 people, I make it for 30 people. I feel it always turns out. The recipe is different or anything, but it's a lot of fun also cooking in bulk, and the aroma is just different. The whole feel is different. Those kadais and all are just different. It's just the whole feel is very different when you're cooking in scale. So it's a lot of fun, and it's not that hard, to be honest. I mean, we're getting used to it now. It's a new concept for us, but we're getting used to it.
But your food is so good that I think executive and Michelin star chefs must be wanting to get their hands on your recipes. Are you planning to do a cookbook anytime soon?
A cookbook. So I mean, like I said, I mean, sky's the limit with food. And with food. Right now, we're concentrating obviously on every week right now, and we're taking it day by day. But like I said, I've penned down a lot of these recipes I worked on during the pandemic, in the lockdown. And yeah, we never know. Cookbook, food programming, merge my passions of both film and food. Sky is the limit. Yeah, I'm taking it day by day. And yeah, I mean, look forward to multiple new opportunities, and obviously to scale this business as well, but at the right time.
So you studied the performing arts with workshops, theatre, and film.
Yeah.
I want to know, when do we see you in a film or web series next? Because I think you'll be a natural in a film where food is like the central access point of the film.
Hi, Gala. Sorry, my friends are saying hi. So I'm happy some of them have joined in. Hi, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, girls. Yeah, sorry. So I mean, talking about film, I mean, like I said, I've always been passionate. It's something that gave me the foundation. When I started assisting, I didn't know head or tail about film. Although I do belong to a filmy family, I wasn't much of a film goer, watcher. I was more like a sports guy. I still watch a lot more sports than films. So I'm very into my cricket and football and rugby, and I watch all sorts of sports, and now currently the Wimbledon as well. So yeah, I mean, coming to movies, it gave me my foundation. So when I did join Dharma, gave me my foundation and taught me so much. So whether it's food or whatever it is, I apply that foundation to everything I do in life. And you never know. I mean, I'm in talks with a lot of people for films as well, and also to scale my food business, and nothing like merging the two, because they both are my passion. So I would love for it to, I would love to do something. Hi, Mom. How are you? Thanks for joining and seeing this. My parents are really my superheroes. I love them, and then they love food probably more than me. So we all are super passionate, when it comes to food.
Yeah, I've had the great fortune of eating at your house. Remember the Ganpati? So
yeah,
I met you for the first time there. So let's go to some lighter questions. So what's the food habit you cannot shake? Like, what's the one thing you should eat, shouldn't eat, but you do?
Sorry, I missed it. It was the network. I missed your question. Sorry.
So what's the food habit you cannot shake?
That I cannot?
Like, get rid of, or you want to not have that habit?
I mean, I eat with my hands, and I love it because food just tastes better with your hands, if that's fine. I mean,
no, that's not a bad habit. What I mean is,
okay, it's like a bad habit. A bad habit.
Like something like, you shouldn't have coffee and you have gallons of it or something like that.
Bad food habits. I mean, I think eating pasta, eating spaghetti with your hands is a pretty bad habit.
So very bad.
Very bad habit.
Bad thing.
Very bad habit. No, see, I'm a very local person, to be honest. I'm local at heart. I love my local foods, and I'm very local. All my friends laugh at me, abhi spaghetti kha raha hai haath ke saath and all, but I love my khana, and whatever, I think haath ke saath mein jo bhi khao, it tastes good. Today I was having shawarma for lunch. I broke the roti, took the chicken out, and I made it roti sabzi. It was lovely. So, I mean, you can call them bad habits. For me, it's just
it's not a bad habit. It's a little bit wild. It's a very jungly way to eat it, right?
Jungly, I'm telling you, that's why my kitchen is called Junglee, because I'm absolutely jungly. That's the way I am.
Okay, so what do you like to eat and drink every day? Like, what's a constant in your everyday?
As in terms of routine and diet?
Yeah, in terms of every day, what do you have? You cannot miss every day. Like,
so
obviously you drink a lot of coffee.
I love coffee. I have my coffee. I wake up in the morning, have my coffee. That's how I start my day. I have some healthy stuff, like I have some hot water, lime, cinnamon, all those things in the morning for my constitution, and I work out. I'm on an IF diet, intermittent fasting. It works pretty well. Yeah, I mean, see, I'm really erratic with my whole dietary, diet thing. So last year I put on like 8-10 kilos. Now I've lost 8-10 kilos. I'm a bit like extreme. It's not a good thing. But currently, yeah, I'm on a strict routine where I'm following this IF diet. But I eat everything. I'm very balanced. I believe, and that's what I'm learning today is just to be little balanced. Eat everything, but work out, expend those calories, walk, do whatever you want. Stay mentally healthy, physically healthy, and don't curb yourself too much. So that's what I'm doing. Basics. I'm just sticking to the basics now.
Okay, so what do you wear when you're cooking? Like, there are lots of chefs who are like naked chefs and all. So what do you wear?
Oh wow. Okay. So I'm very simple. I mean, right now also with the COVID protocols and stuff, I have very simple. I just wear my apron, the Junglee Kitchen apron, which makes me very happy. And I don't know what is that plastic topi, just so the hair doesn't go.
It's a hair net, but it can also be called
your hair net. Yeah. So I wear my hair net because obviously you don't want any hair going into your food. I wear my gloves and I wear my mask. Obviously. I double mask up. It gets a bit hot, but I take breaks and then go back.
It's so hot, not to cook in.
It is.
Situations.
Absolutely is, but I think you have to be sensitive with the COVID scenario right now. That's the way I would assume food to reach my doorstep. So I got to give customers that experience and that comfort, knowing that food's going to reach them in the right manner.
So what's your vibe?
And this is when I'm delivering food, but when I cook food for myself, I'm obviously freer. I can be without my I can obviously cook without my mask. I can I can be.
Then you just wear your apron, nothing else. Is that what you're saying?
Hi, Pinky Auntie. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much. Sorry, yeah. I wasn't looking at this. So I mean, hi guys, hi everyone. I'm so sorry. This is the first time I'm doing Insta Live, and we're really enjoying our conversation. Whenever I get engrossed with this whole food topic, I just get so into it that I've not been seeing everyone's names and this whole and whatever everyone's writing. But thank you so much. And sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
So, what's your vibe as a cook? Happy or grumpy?
Oh, I'm very happy. See, I have that little perfectionist vibe, so sometimes I can get a little hyper, but and that's obviously when I'm catering to people, right? So I just want everything, to the T at times. But with food, 19-20 ho jata hai. So you have to accept that 19-20 ho jata hai, and you got to, and that's how I've come about my way. I mean, in terms of even like once you have a basic understanding of food, you can come up with your own recipes. I come up with my own recipes. I mix different things. I fuse different things like how I came up with the whole truffle dal Bukhara thing. So I have a lot of recipes which I haven't obviously showcased to the world, but I've worked on a lot of stuff and yeah, I mean, हो जाता है 19-20 खाने के साथ में कभी-कभी.
Do you listen to music whilst cooking?
No, I'm a very simple cooker. I go there. My yoga and meditation is cooking. Just being in that vibe.
So that's your calm space.
Oh, that is my meditation. I do my yoga in the morning, but this is my yoga. Sorry, this is my calm in the chaos, and I found my calm in the chaos through this pandemic when we were all stuck in at home. This is what gave me the liberation. I just felt liberated cooking and feeding people. That's something I realized even more through the pandemic. It's something I knew but didn't physically do, and now that I'm doing it is reassuring me that this is something that is for the future. So,
do you think what do you make of men who cook being sexier than those who don't, or should your wife Anissa answer that?
Anissa's in the room right now, but sorry, honestly. For me, again, I'm being very straightforward because with the food topic, for me, hi mom, my mother-in-law is also on. Thank you for joining in. Love you. So basically, I feel there can be anyone cooking, whoever you are, but the food needs to taste good.
The food has to be sexier than the person.
The food has to be sexier than the person who's making it. That's all. That's very simple philosophy, simple science. Yeah, it's very simple. You just need to get good quality food, good khana. Whoever's made it is immaterial. But okay, if you're trying to imply that I'm a decent
don't downplay
okay, you are okay.
No.
Acha. No, if you want to make the Junglee Kitchen a bit sexier, then it's fine. It's absolutely fine. No,
very important. Okay, so you got married in February 2020, which is just a month shy of the pandemic, being on
sure, yeah.
So, people are working from home, but are you both like honeymooning at home? Since?
I mean, number one, we should be grateful. It's been a really tough time in the world right now for a lot of people. The fact that we're doing well, touch wood, is something to be grateful for itself. Uh, it's been hard in our family with losses, not due to COVID, but otherwise as well. So the minute this happened, we had it was hard for our family anyway with the losses that we had. For me, the way both Anissa and I look at life is just being grateful. Okay, we didn't get our honeymoon, no problem, but we're safe, we're fine, our families are safe, we're at home. We use that time wisely to really grow and build. Also, the way we look at our marriages, we're best friends, so we really want to grow in life. I think this is the time to really grow and not honeymoon, but we spend our time and we enjoyed that time being locked in, brainstorming, working, enjoying, and bonding with our families because we all were locked in together. So it was lovely. No regret, but we'll honeymoon at some point.
So did Anissa know that she was marrying an exemplary cook and not just an actor?
Oh, I don't think so, because all of this, I don't think the actor bit either, because no, we've been dating for the last 10 or 12 years. We were dating for 10, 12 years before we got married. So she was with me through the actor phase, but the food phase, phases just happened through the pandemic. So she got married and then realized she has a cook in the house.
So basically, you are honeymooning with food.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at your face.
Absolutely.
It tells the story of your passion.
No, I love my food. I love my food, and we all love our food at home.
So who cooks more at home, you or Anissa?
We both cook in the kitchen. Often there are a lot of fights, because we both have different ways. We both have different ways and different styles, but yeah, we both cook, but we cook in our own space. But when we cook together, we often fight, but that's fine. It's cool. The food turns out to be okay.
He's a much better cook than I am.
Come say hi, Anissa. Come here.
No,
I'm
gonna
say she's saying hi from there, and yeah, we both cook different kinds of cuisines, but it works out well by the end of it. After all that mara-mari in the kitchen, but yeah.
I love that. So who loves your food the most? You can't say your parents. Who else loves your food?
As long as people like my food, yeah. I mean,
so I know your mother loves your food like more than anyone can ever.
No, I'm so happy. No. People are taking it. Honestly, I mean, they're taking me by surprise. Also, people are liking the food, touch wood. So, whether they're my own family, whether it's whether my friends, whether people ordering with us, we've got really overwhelming response, and I'm really happy. I hope this carries on. We'll keep trying our best, and yeah, no, everyone's liking our food. So no one in particular, but yeah, mom. I mean, obviously, mother's a mother, so she's always really supportive, and she's enjoying this experience along with us.
But in this case, she's factually correct. You are the best.
No, not at all. Please don't say these things. I don't even believe
you're very, very
There's a lot to learn in everything. I mean, the way I look at life, there's a lot to learn.
So far, whatever you have displayed, it's exemplary. It's exemplary.
No, thank you so much. There's a lot to learn. We're just very new, and with whatever I do in life, I mean, education forever. We have a lot to do and a lot to achieve.
So, is there anything you don't like in food, like a particular vegetable or something that you just abhor?
Growing up, I didn't like vegetables. Not because I didn't like them, I didn't try them. Because this typical cliche, yaar, sabzi, vegetable, chi. But now I surprisingly love vegetables. I love everything. So until I married Anissa, I didn't try bharta. I just was very opposed to having bharta, bengan ka bharta. But now it's one of my favorite things. I make bengan ka bharta like once or twice a week, and we that's one of our favorite dishes. But I'm not opposed to eating. I eat everything. I mean, yeah, like same thing with sushi. Growing up, sushi was like in fashion when I was 12 or 13. People would have sushi or Jappy food and all of that. I was just averse to having this whole. I'm averse to like cold cuts for some reason. So if I see anything not cooked properly, I feel like, I can't do this.
So raw food is not your thing.
Raw. Someone saying Rajma Chawal, boss. Oh yeah, Rajma Chawal all the way. I love Rajma Chawal. My favorite thing. We make it with ghee, butter, everything. It has the works in it. Yeah. But no, honestly, talking about this sushi and all, I mean, I'm not really I'm a local guy. At the end of the day, I'm very Indian in my khana. So things like sushi and all are very inedible at that point. But I got used to it again. So I won't say I don't like anything. I've started getting used to eating those things. But I was averse to it at one point, when I was growing up.
So what do you wear at home? COVID pajamas like the whole of the world? Everyone's switched to pajamas? Or do you like sort of have a different kind of wardrobe for home?
Athleisure is the way forward, I feel, and that's what everyone's really getting into.
Yeah.
I see. I mean, it depends. Yeah, I'm a really sporty guy, so I'm always playing my football, going out, working out. Even through this pandemic, trying to find my opportunities where we could possibly get a game here, or play in open air now, tennis and stuff. So it depends. I'm sometimes in my shorts playing my tennis, or on my tracks working out, or I find surprisingly jeans very comfortable. So yeah, I mean, it depends on the time of the day and what I'm doing.
So what's the best thing about being at home more nowadays?
What's the best thing?
About being at home, yeah.
Like I said, I mean, pre-pandemic and pre-COVID, all of us had our lives where we were very busy, right? Everyone was out, everyone had a different schedule. I think talking about food also, actually sitting and turning up at the dining table together was inculcated a little more through this pandemic, and that was one that gave me the opportunity to really start cooking and start feeding my family and spending more time. So just the time that we spend together is something. The more time that we spend together through this pandemic is something I'm grateful for. So that's changed, and that's lovely.
What do you miss or yearn for the most?
Am I audible?
I can hear you. Yeah.
It's cutting.
Fine. Yeah.
Sorry, you were cutting for a bit.
Yeah. So I said, what's the anything you miss or yearn for during these times? We all have something we're desperate to do, but we can't.
Yeah. See, I mean, the way I look at things is that this pandemic has been an opportunity for me. So I feel like I'm on a high right now because I found my calling. I love food. I'm feeding people. It's making me very happy. But on the flip side, yeah, there are certain things like, okay, I love my sports and I can't physically go and play like a proper game of football, or I can't really go and be out there maybe in a gym at times and I mean, apart from that, I have no regrets. Yeah, I mean, of course,
or even like how we used to meet people organically, right? Like how you made friends.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the one thing that's completely gone off, right?
Oh, it's gone, but yeah, it has gone. See, I mean, no regret, but of course, it does feel different. I mean, it's always nice to get together with your friends, meet a bunch of people together. Yeah, we have Zoom, Insta Live, all these things, so connect. But personal touch is, that personal contact and touch and really being with people is something different. But it's fine. We're getting used to it, and hopefully the world changes soon and things get back to normal very soon. Pray for that.
So what's the first thing you do in the morning and the last thing at night?
So first thing, I brush my teeth and have my black coffee, like I told you, and last thing again, brush my teeth. Okay, no, yeah. So at night I'll tell you. I mean, in the morning I wake up and I like doing my yoga. First thing I go to my mandir, I do my prayers and I do my yoga. And at night I'm always I need that 1 or 2 hours to think, brainstorm for the next day and plan for the week or whatever. So I take that 1 hour at night to really think about my next day and what I want to do. So that time at night and the time in the morning is very important to me.
So what makes you feel like home? Any emotion, any smell, anything that makes you feel like home? I'm assuming it's food.
No, it is. So you're saying when I step out of my house, what makes me feel at home?
Yeah.
Again, everything.
Or even a thought. Even when you're watching a film, something that takes you back to something.
Okay, to something or to home?
Yeah, to home. Something that leads you to your home, in your head.
Just the smell of tadka.
Just it be something with food.
No, I'll tell you what, even now, I mean, at times we get together downstairs and we play a little bit of, cricket or whatever. That smell that comes from someone else's kitchen downstairs, you can smell someone's food and I'm like, what is that? What is that cooking? It's just a tadka. It's that chalk.
Adorable.
It's actually that chalk you put on your dal or something. You have that smell that comes in, or the CT noise, the noise that comes. So I mean, those two sounds, just the CT and the chalk ka smell, is something that just makes me feel I'm at home.
And what can you not resist in life?
What can I
not resist in life?
Ghee.
Okay.
Ghee.
And this is the last question.
Yeah.
When are you at your happiest?
Someone wants me to deliver to London. Yeah, God willing, we'll open up soon there. I wish I could be faster to London. Or take me along there. I will arrive with my food to London.
You'll have to take a cargo service. What do you mean by we?
I will arrive there also with the food. Hopefully soon.
When are you at your happiest?
Where am I when I'm my happiest? Kitchen and my family. I mean, we're always in the kitchen and family all together here. So it's just one thing only.
It's the same.
Family and kitchen all together, fighting, eating, screaming, shouting, loving, all of that.
So Armaan, thank you so much for this interview, and also everyone. Armaan is a fabulous, fabulous cook, and his Instagram handle for his food delivery service is the Junglee Kitchen. And tomorrow is his pop-up, so he will be cooking. So there's still time if you'd like to order, and I'm not promoting it because of anything but the fact that it's tremendously amazing food.
Oh, that's
everybody should have a bite out of it.
No, guys, everyone, thank you so much for joining in again. This is my first Insta Live. It was lovely. It was a lot of fun. Rubina, thank you for hosting this and
sorry, I forgot to say, does anyone want to ask him some questions? Because then you can.
Oh, please, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I would love to.
Mr. Srivat's wanted to know what is your favorite cuisine other than Indian.
Okay, see, I love Thai food. I like Asian food. I like Chinese and Thai. I love my simple green chicken curry. With sticky rice. That's something I really like, apart from Indian. And there's always that kid in me who loves my French fries, truffle fries, burgers, pizzas. So just simple stuff like that.
He just told you it's Thai cuisine and Asian and Chinese. And green Thai curry with chicken is one of his favorites. I think he got so excited that I took his name that he.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, guys, everyone. Thank you, honestly, for joining in. It means a lot, and thank you again, Rubina. It was a pleasure. We'll chat soon, and this was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Really fun candid chat on Khana. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Which is the signature dish of Junglee mutton and mutton? What does that really mean now?
I don't know. It's a paradoxical question.
Acha, the signature dish. Okay. No, I mean, the kitchen is called the Junglee Kitchen, so Junglee mutton is the signature by default. But we're coming up with different recipes.
But even Junglee chicken you made that day.
We did. Yeah. So
guys,
we come up with
everything
different
that has Junglee in front of it doesn't mean it's made in the jungle.
And favorite, I love Maharashtrian food. Someone's talking about Maharashtrian food. I love Maharashtrian food. I love my suka mutton. I like pitla. I like a lot of Maharashtrian khana. So. And I love the rotis. The way Maharashtrian chapatis are patla with that ghee, my God. I just feel it's just simple, those patla ghee rotis with my dal or just I like simple khana. So yeah, and Maharashtrian food is super. I go to every little corner when I travel to eat Maharashtrian khana. I love my suka jhinga and my suka mutton and the rasa, and we make a bit at home also.
You have to write a book.
Oh, I'm working on it.
And it has to release next year. 6 months to go.
Absolutely. Chalo, lovely. Thank you everyone for joining in, and thanks, Rubina. It was such a pleasure. Thank you.
Likewise, Armaan. Bye.
Take care. Thanks so much. Thank you for your time. Thanks.